Ciao ragazzi, un saluto da Nico Giuseppe Boccuzzi. Allora, post-match reaction from yesterday's UCL playoff game, second leg. Very disappointing as we saw Inter get eliminated by Bodo Glimt 2-1, 5-2 overall on aggregate. If you want to check out a more in-depth analysis on the post-match, I did join the podcast yesterday with Interviews podcast, so go check that episode out. It's on YouTube and Spotify and iTunes. But just a quick reaction to yesterday's game. Very disappointing. You know, for all the chances we created, for all the possession we had, for all the passes we, completed, to come away with just a goal is honestly very disappointing. And I know that it's not, some fluke or some surprise that Bodo beat us, right? Given that they have beaten some big sides in Europe. The last two games of the league phase, they beat Atletico Madrid and Manchester City. But we have to realize something. This is still Bodo Glimt. We are Inter. And you got to go out with some fucking pride. Like, okay, we lost the first game 3-1. We had to travel to the Arctic Circle. The conditions were very cold. We played on artificial surface. But you had an opportunity at home. Like, even if you didn't overturn, the tie on aggregate, like, you got to win. You got to win at home. It was a packed stadium. And the fact that we, couldn't make the round of 16 it's honestly embarrassing, given how great we've been in, Europe the last several seasons. But I was listening to the Interjections podcast today, and they brought up a good point. Like, we need to just, realize that this Inter side is not as good as we think it is. Like, yes, there's some names on paper, but look at these players. Like, we might have a better team on paper than we did last season, and I think when it comes to winning a Scudetto, we have more than enough. I mean, that's why we have a 10-point cushion at the top of the table on Milan. But for the Champions League, look at some of these players that have regressed. Bastoni, Barella. I mean, Hakan he's always dealing with these nagging injuries. Marcus Thuram, where has he been? We were never going to make another run. And anyone that's saying Kivu out is just a fucking turd. Like, come on, guys. This kind of shit's got to stop. Let's be real. Kivu is not ready to take us into a deep run in the Champions League. Like, we need to give him some time. Like, pump the brakes, guys. And it's like, are we forgetting what he's done in the league? Like, we're 10 points clear of Milan at the top of the table. Like, most people, when he was appointed, didn't even think we would be competing for the Scudetto, let alone 10 points clear at this stage of the season with 12 games left. Now, that might say more about the state of affairs in Italy and the league, but it's not our fault. We play who's in front of us, and that's all that matters. But again, it doesn't excuse what happened against Bodo yesterday. But look, we got to shift our focus now to the league play, because over the weekend, Saturday, 2:45 p.m. Eastern Time kickoff, we will be at home again versus Genoa. I'm confident, based on how great of a campaign we're having in the league, that we're going to pick up 3 points. And I believe we play before Milan, so we could temporarily go 13 points clear of them. As always, sempre solo, forza Inter. Ciao ragazzi.